So I was kind of going back and forth on whether I should do another full Storybook vale build again. And I kind of just decorated this little area to see if I had enough motivation and enough items to start a new build and for it to look like quite different to my last one. And definitely, yes, my last build here was like a city. And I'm really feeling like going with like a really cottagey sort of build with the new house skin. And also this house skin here, because I actually have never used this and they look so perfect together. I was also thinking about using the greenhouse castle that we got as like a bonus reward. I'm pretty sure it is raining at the moment, so I apologize for that, but basically all I've done so far is I put this casita wall at the back here. I kind of wanted to hide the books. I'm sure I'm going to add some sort of like library elements back to it, but I just didn't really like the edge, so I decided to do that. And I'm kind of thinking that this will look a little bit boring if we put both houses like side by side. I kind of want it to feel a little bit more whimsical. Maybe we could have one of the house skins more like this, and we could have a pathway around the house. That way it just feels a little bit more intricate. And I guess we could also put the greenhouse maybe like, no, I don't like that. This is kind of the perfect spot for it here, isn't it? But I just don't want there to be all of this empty space down the back here. I guess what I'll do is I'll put a wall on this side because I definitely know that I like the look of it. So I'll kind of just continue that on. I do want to leave kind of a gap here and probably an arch there, so we can have lots of trees and other little items in there too. To me, it feels like the greenhouse castle should be in line with this wall piece right here. And I don't know, I feel like that would just look better. We could actually always put this one in the corner over here, and that way we can have kind of like a more clear pathway here. I would actually love to do some sort of like centerpiece. I'm just not really sure what. I know that I want to use like all of these different color trees that I used over here because I think it looks really good, especially when it's not raining. Like this here is what it looks like when it's not raining. I just think it looks so magical. I really, really, really wish that we had these rose bushes here that are on the side of the house, even the vines, but no, we don't have those. The closest things that we have are kind of the combination of those two bushes, so I did put those in there too. I feel like a really good option would be to use the cobblestones as some sort of pathing. I really, really love the look of these. I think they're really gorgeous, and we can kind of make them super windy and magical. Yeah, I feel like that looks really good. I do kind of want to do like a main sort of path, but I'm just not really sure what to make it out of. It does make sense though to do like a really big main path for these two entrances, and then also this one here, and then we can kind of bring the cobblestone out of it. I'm thinking the leaf strewn path kind of makes the most sense to me, and we can make it like super windy and intricate too. And I forgot about diagonal paths. Oh my goodness, how could I forget? Oh, and it makes it look so much better too. Ooh, I kind of want to use that massive fountain that we have right in the center there. I never use it because I always say I never use it, but no, I do use it quite a bit now because I remember how beautiful it is now, but I would love to use it. Maybe it's a little bit too fancy for the vibes of this build, but I think it will look good. It'll be like a really nice centerpiece. We can put pathing all the way around, and I think it's like the perfect spacing for it too. Oh yay, it stopped raining just as I went out of furniture mode to see the pathing, and I actually really do like it. I know I said I didn't really want to do like a big path, but I feel like this actually breaks up the space so much, and I feel like it will look really good when we're finished with it. I'm not quite sure about the fountain though, I will have to say that. I think if we don't use the fountain, we could use that new item that we got. It's this one. I don't actually remember where we got it from. I think it was a friendship reward. We could figure that out. That actually looks really good with this little cottage house skin. I was also thinking to bring some like shape into the back here. We could maybe have like two massive trees and like lots of foliage and stuff around it, something like this. So we have like lots of bushes, and we can kind of, oh no, we do need to access the back of that, so I'll have to bring all of this forward a little bit. I'm really trying to make my biomes really accessible now that I'm having to do a little bit more resource grinding, so I think that it will be worth it in the end just to have that back bit accessible. That's still not accessible. Okay, I'm not over the moon about it. I think it looks fine. It doesn't look amazing. I think I'm not really enjoying that house skin, if I'm being completely honest with myself. The texture of it is kind of weird to me. I might try and see if I can swap it with another one. Oh, that just deleted everything. But even the Snuggly Duckling Tavern just fits so much nicer in this build. I don't really know. I kind of really want to use it. Even the library house has that same sort of like storybook vibe. Okay, I've decided to go with the flower cottage house. Not house, shop. Sorry. I think it's really cute. I'm just going to use it. I think it does match a little bit better anyways. I would love to add some sort of other water feature, and I don't really want to do a pond in the middle, but I am kind of... Oh, I don't know. If we try and find another fountain, I feel like it would be really cool. But I know that we can't place the fountains on them. It would be nice to like blend it in. Like if we could put this fountain like right in the middle and then we could put pond pieces underneath it, that'd look so cool. But no, we just can't do that. We could always do a fake one, but I don't really think we should do that. Oh, you can put these inside those? That's so cool. Why have I never done this before? I wonder if you could also put like lily pads on top of those, or even like the reeds. Oh my goodness, you can. That's actually amazing. I need to get better about properly decorating my like waters, because I mean that just looks so cute. Especially just putting like a couple lily pads in really does like finish it off. I do really love this area. Like I think that this area just looks really good. I want to just continue this vibe kind of across the whole build, but I want each individual cottage to have, you know, like a slightly different vibe, maybe a couple different bits of foliage. At least we kind of have like 3 different colors, so we can kind of do it that way. Okay, my computer ran out of storage, so at my last like 30 minutes of building it did not save, but I just kind of worked on this little area here. We put some little sprinklers down in the water. I have a little teacup, a little picnic, kind of not picnic but table area. I really love this area. I think this is super cute. Now I'm going to work on the other 2 houses. I'm going to kind of have like a similar vibe to what we did here, but in their own sort of like styles. We do have that new like cello, which I would really love to incorporate in one of them, and maybe have like a little music area. I might also do like a little communal like cooking area, just because we have that new like stove, which this oven, sorry, which I really want to use. And since this is the bind, I do kind of want to do a library area. There's a lot of ideas that I'm kind of just throwing out there, but that's kind of like my vision. I don't think we'll get all of them in this biome, but I'm going to try my hardest to get little bits and pieces here and there. Ooh, I feel like we could definitely do like a sitting area over here. I feel like that's actually the perfect spot for it. I feel like it works really well with all of the items that we're already using. I kind of want to have another tree, maybe not the same bind tree, just because we've been using it a lot. I might try and look for maybe even a green tree or a yellow tree could look really cute. I don't know. Like, oh, even this like little kind of orangey one. I feel like that is, oh my goodness, my camera. I feel like that's actually kind of perfect. I just want to kind of like enclose it quite a bit, make it feel like it's its own like little area. I feel like this is where we could have the oven, hopefully. Just kind of have to fit it in nicely. Like even if we had it like on the side of here, we could have, oh, I don't have the new cabinets though, that's the only thing. And I'm pretty sure it does come with new cabinets. We could always use like these apothecary tables, which actually look pretty darn gorgeous. That actually looks really good, I can't lie. But then I feel like we need some sort of like barrier in between these, which could honestly be a wall. I wish we could do pathing on an angle, sorry, fencing on an angle. That'd be amazing. I was thinking just something like that. Oh, I actually love that. I think that looks so cute. We could even fit a little like tree in there too. We could have like more foliage like around the side. That looks actually really stunning. I'm also using these little, I don't even know what they are, but I'm pretty sure they're Winnie and the Pooh items from the Storybook Vale, what's it called, puzzles. Yeah, I'm kind of using those. I really do love the look of them. I think they look really good. We do need like some other sort of seating, and I'm kind of feeling like more rustic seating, like the barrel table would probably work a little bit better, just because of all the, I don't know, I feel like it just fits a little bit better. I'm thinking of just like 3 little seating areas like this, and we could put like candles. Oh, candles on the table would look so cute. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty obsessed with that. I think that looks really good. I think we need to incorporate some other sort of little river piece somewhere. Even if we just do like a tiny little piece right here, I feel like that kind of just adds to the overall vibe. Or I guess we could do a river maybe to the end of there, because I feel like we do need some sort of like separation, and that's probably a really good spot. I kind of always regret when I say I'm gonna do a river piece because it genuinely does take me like half an hour. I don't even know how. Just lining them up, making them look good, it takes so damn long. Okay, I don't think something in there saved. I don't really know what it is. Oh, I guess some of the lily pads didn't save. That is actually really cute though. I probably should extend it, however, all the way down the back there. I don't really know why I didn't do that. I swapped out the fountain to this one. I think it just might work a little bit better. And I was thinking maybe of doing some like cobblestone up to it. We could have some seating and just a lot of like foliage and greenery in the middle here. I would kind of like to do maybe like a tree on each corner. I feel like that could look really nice. See, because I really like the look of that, and we're kind of tying in the cobblestone that we've already used anyway. I do also want to do the same sort of fencing around the side on like all corners. It's just kind of about finding the right tree, because I don't want the tree to be so big that it's like giving a lot of shadows throughout the whole build, especially since this is like such a central area. And even that looks kind of weird. It's like too big for the space. And then that's too like plain in my opinion. We could always add the red trees though. But if we have 4 red trees though, like right in the center, I feel like that's just a little bit too much. Like it's kind of intense when you look at it. Like I just don't want like all red trees in there. If we had like a red tree, I don't think I'd mind as much. No, even then I don't like it. It's way too big. Okay, I kind of love that. That's really cute. It's very simple. Very, very simple. I really like it though. We could even, I did want to put seating in here though. We could always put the seating on the outside though. And I feel like that would kind of give it more like enclosure. That didn't make much sense. You know what I mean though. Like that does just help bring it together just that little bit more. And then we can always add in either some candles or some little lanterns. And I actually really like the candles for that bit. And then we could always put some lanterns back here. Wait, I actually love her. She's so cute. That's actually adorable. I think what we need to do now is kind of just finish off some of the empty areas. Not necessarily finish them off, but I'm gonna continue this little pathing all the way around. Okay, I've done all of the little fences, which I think really add to the build like so much. And then I just did this little corner piece here, which is very simple. I just have a little bit of water and the same sort of foliage. I feel like it's looking really good. I'm kind of debating exactly what to put over here. I was going between like a farm, a library, just like a normal beach spot. I really don't know. I feel like it could look kind of cool if we put Eric's ship like right on the water, and it could look like it's, I don't know, like shipwrecked or whatever. But I just kind of don't know if it's going to fit with the rest of the build. I think it's a good spot to do it. If not, we could do it on the other side. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to leave it. I'll put it here just for now. We can have it like kind of in the water. But I feel like maybe when I do the other side of my bind, I might put it there instead. For this area here, I'm thinking maybe we could just do like a normal kind of beachy area, sitting area, or I don't know. Okay, this is what I came up with. I actually am not really loving the coral pieces in there, so I might change that. And I also think that will look a little bit better with the fireflies. Yeah, I think these ones will just look a little bit better. And then lily pieces in place of the other things. Yeah, that's a lot better. It doesn't kind of pop as much. I think I like that a little bit better though. And then when you come through, we have our little middle area. We have our little like cooking area. This bit's all done, and now we kind of just have to do this tiny little bit over here. I guess what I'm gonna do is just extend the path all the way to the house. Also, just a tip, if you guys didn't know or you haven't really used these pieces much before, a good tip that I use for me to do it a lot quicker is to do it with the normal pathing enabled, and then all you have to do is just click change all shape, and you can kind of just edit it like this, and it's just a lot easier. It takes a lot less time. Otherwise, sometimes when you're doing it with that diagonal pieces, it's really hard to make them line up. So yeah, that's just a quick little tip. After you've got them diagonal, just change them back before you edit it, and you can just edit it. It's so much quicker, and then just change it back. Right now I'm just trying to figure out exactly what else I want to add into this build. So I'm just looking at some rustic and outdoor items. I like looking in this tag because I feel like it has a lot of the items that I naturally tend to use. I do really want to keep with like the rustic kind of style. It's kind of giving me like fantasy. I really like it, but I want to try and find that little well to use in here, and just other rustic items similar to that. Even like adding like a couple carts around the side of the build, I feel like will really tie it all together, as well as some like barrels all like stacked around the edges. I actually just love the look of barrels. I love to use them in like every single build I do. Okay, I finally found the well. I think I'm going to put that right here because we have kind of like a big empty space, and I know that I can't use like super tall trees around the edges just because I don't want it to be like really shaded over here. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do little areas where we have like big foliage clusters. Okay, and we are done. I went around and I just added a couple of little flowers. There's honestly not that many. I just filled in a couple of empty gaps. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with this build. I'm so glad that I didn't do a city build. That was my original plan for this build. But instead I went with this kind of cottagey, I don't even know what to say. I guess it is like storybook decor style. Very whimsical, very magical. I loved using these house skins that I honestly don't really use. The flower house I kind of do use a lot, but not in this type of way. I usually try to fit it in with a more like structured sort of city. So yeah, I really like this take on it. Here's an overview of the whole build. I feel like it just looks really good from like a top-down view. It's really easy to walk through and everything's accessible, which I really love. I can also show you at all times of the day. I really love the leaf piles on the ground. I think they're super gorgeous. They also kind of like glow at nighttime, and it's still in the daytime. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying update just as much as I have, and I really hope this gave you some inspiration. Bye bye.